YouTube, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy Young Texas and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. There has been a lot of news in the world of Call of Duty recently between the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard, the delay of Call of Duty 2023, the confirmation of Modern Warfare 2, the confirmation of Warzone 2, and a lot more. However, all of that news is not pertinent to exactly what is happening right now. Those titles that have been confirmed are not coming out until later this year and even next year. The acquisition isn't going to happen until next year. And a lot of things that have been announced right now as far as Call of Duty news doesn't actually impact the current game. However, of course, there is going to be a lot of continued developer support for the current titles, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about today's Warzone update. Warzone is not in a great state right now. I've made some videos discussing that, so I'm not really going to go in depth on why it's not in a great state. However, there are a lot of fixes needed to make Warzone a much better and smoother BR experience. Of course, though, given the fact that Warzone 2 has been confirmed and is very clearly in development, there is going to be a lot of focus on making that the best title, which of course leads people to believe that maybe the current Warzone is not going to be receiving the same support. That said, however, Warzone is not a sinking ship the developers are jumping off of. If it is a sinking ship, they're sure going down with it, and they're trying to patch all the holes to slow that sinking. Today's update included a lot of bug fixes, a few gameplay mechanic fixes, and one very important weapon balancing update. First off, looking at contracts in Warzone, contracts are things such as bounties, supply runs, scavenger contracts, things like that you can gather around the map to build your loadout and of course get some much needed cash. They have tweaked the contracts across all modes in Warzone to increase the chances of bounty contracts spawning. Bounty contracts are probably the most popular contract, as it gives you a player to go and hunt down for some big cash. Now, if you've gone to the Gulag, you're going to be seeing some changes to the loadouts in the Gulag. They've taken away stun grenades, but they have added gas grenades, medical syringes, and thermites. Now, very quickly looking at the big weapon balance that came through, the PPSh 41 Vanguard Edition is actually one of the most overpowered guns in all of Warzone right now. People are calling it PPSh Zone, and for good reason, because it is super broken. The neck damage multiplier has actually been increased on the PPSh from 1.1 to 1.3, so it's a slight buff. But in the bug fixes, they address the PPSh a lot more, because the PPSh, it was broken, but it wasn't supposed to be as broken as it is. So yet again, the developers have fixed some collision issues in Caldera that they have addressed in previous updates, so they're continuing to work on those issues so that you can't peek through, shoot through, and exploit some collision issues on Caldera. Some players were experiencing game freezes early on that essentially crashed their game and caused them to leave the game and boot into a brand new lobby, and that issue has now been fixed. There was also an issue causing certain weapon camos to unequip when you actually left the weapon customization tab, so now when you put a camo on your gun, it is going to stay. The Nebula 5 rounds are some of the newest additions to Warzone. These are the rounds that if you put into your weapon and down an opponent, they're actually going to emit Nebula 5 gas, making it very difficult for them to be revived safely. But there was an issue where these Nebula 5 rounds would be unlimited, but now this issue has been fixed. In various store bundles, there were placeholder images, and this is an issue we've seen in the past. It has obviously returned, but that has been fixed as well. So now when you go to the store and you check out a bundle, you're going to be seeing exactly what you're getting. Now in operator, weapon, and camo unlock challenges, there was actually placeholder text in these challenges. So these have actually been replaced to accurately reflect whatever the case may be it a gun, an operator, or a camo. Now on blueprints, calling cards, and charms, they have fixed the rarity labels. They were marked incorrectly, be it common, uncommon, rare, ultra. These have been fixed. There were some inconsistencies with dynamic weapon icons, and that issue has been fixed as well. Now, you may have noticed if you purchased a store bundle that you were actually unlocking content that wasn't included in the bundle. So you were unlocking content that you didn't actually purchase, and of course missing out on the content that you actually did purchase. So that issue has been fixed as well. Now, the sleight of hand perk and proficiency actually made it so that the reload animation was shorter instead of just making it be incredibly fast, so that has been fixed. Now, for the barrel attachments on the STG, there was an issue where the pros and cons tab was actually showing incorrect information, leading players to believe that some barrels were doing things they weren't or taking things away that they weren't, but now this issue has been fixed. Now, of course, probably the biggest bug fix is regarding the PPSh, because the PPSh was actually having a higher than intended minimum, mid, and maximum damage. This was causing the PPSh to be easily the most overpowered and broken gun in all of Warzone. So this has been fixed, so the PPSh is going to accurately reflect the damage that it is supposed to. But yeah, guys, that is effectively going to wrap up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like and comment on it down below. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to turn on those notifications so you never miss any of my daily uploads. For even more from me, be sure to check out the links in the description below to connect with me on all of my social media so you never miss any of my content. Also, for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, intel, and so much more, be sure to use the links in the description below to connect with IPC on all of our social medias as well as our website. But other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and that's been it. Peace.